all of a sudden, Terry Labonte, the Kellogg Chevrolet number 5, in 7th position. Labonte started 38 today.
Just haven't seen much of him. Here's Earnhardt and Ricky Rudd side by side as Rudd tries to make that pass on the outside. Looks like he might be able to complete it. He does. But talking about Terry Labonte, boy, he's sneaky. Got himself top 10 going right now. Now Rudd going to try to zero in on the 40 car of Sterling Marlin.
If you were to count only the last 6 races in this Winston Cup season, Ricky Rudd would be second in the point standings. Only Bobby Labonte has outscored him in the past 6 races. And another excellent run by Johnny Benson. Talk about a team that has really come on here in the last few races. Benson is up to 14th in the point standings. He finished second. His career best finish at Dover last weekend. He finished 11th in New Hampshire, 7th in Richmond, 5th at Michigan not too long ago. This team has really put it together.
And they made the choice to put on 2 tires on that last pit stop, just to change right side tires. Here's Ricky Rudd going for second. And we were talking about Johnny Benson. He was about to lose. In fact, he just did lose 5th place to the 20 car of Tony Stewart.
All right, you see Ricky Rudd come by. He's a 2nd and a quarter behind Jeff Burton, the Exide Ford that's leading the race. We'll watch it for a couple of laps and see if Ricky Rudd might be gaining.
And Brett Bodine, who's had such a good run going here today, stayed on the lead lap, was in the top 10 much of the time, comes into the pits for an unscheduled pit stop. We hear that maybe something in the rear gearing perhaps on his car.
It was here at Martinsville that Brett participated in his first professional race in the modified series in the spring of '79. Brett Bodine currently on pit road as Jeff Burton leads the NAPA AutoCare 500. Looking good.
I think he just one of those that just changed 2 tires in that last pit stop. Fixing to lose some of those positions now.
You're welcome. Did you get enough good stuff of me?
Did you get his good side?
Yeah, right. Thanks. Yes, I do. Biddle Millboards.
Second set. 28 cars getting closer and closer.
Yeah, he is. He's got a good race car.
You're not doing a
ESPN's live coverage of the NAPA AutoCare 500 from Martinsville is being brought to you by Budweiser with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. This Bud's for you. By Valvoline Max Life, the first motor oil formulated for higher mileage engines. And by Team Monte Carlo, the cars more champions depend on. Chevy will be there. Right now it is Jeff Burton who leads, but look how close Ricky Rudd has gotten in the last few laps.
Well, I told you that was a 2.25 seconds difference in first and second one. It's now down to less than a half second.
Here is Mike Skinner trying to pick up a position as he goes to the inside of Johnny Benson, and this would be for the 6th spot.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cars back there that's coming along too. That I'm afraid those 2 tires that Johnny took on is beginning to pay the price for that.
Jerry, what's the problem with Brett Bodine?
Bob, remember early on when he got in the back of the 77 car, Robert Presley, well, apparently the radiator got a little nick in it and it began to leak, and they had to come in and change the radiator. They've been sitting behind the wall for now less than 4 minutes, and they had to work the old radiator out, the new one in. They're going to put water in it, so they'll be able to get back out in probably less than about 6.5 minutes. Great job by Mike Hillman and the crew to get Brett Bodine back out.
That's too bad. He had one of the better runs of the year going for himself. And here's Steve Park taking the position from John Andretti.
That would be for the 15th spot. Steve Park goes to 15th.
That points leader, Bobby Labonte, still back in 19th. If you just joined us, see the damage on the right front of the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. That was happened on pit road during the last pit stop.
17th, 18th, and 19th here. Schrader, Martin, and Labonte. Martin, a two-time winner here at Martinsville, and the defending champion, rather, won the race here in April of this year. And Labonte moves up one.
Yeah, he's picked up a number of positions. He came out in the 25th position, and so he's picking up a few. He's 18th now.
Jarrett trying to get himself into the top 10, and he will do that if he can pass Terry Labonte.
Well, we saw Terry a little bit ago was running in 7th position, and I think he's fallen victim to the same thing that Johnny Benson, the fact that he only took on 2 tires during that last stop, and that's beginning to haunt him a little bit.
Terry Labonte back to 11th now, and Jerry Nadeau will try to pass him. Well, the leaders are involved in a whole bunch of traffic. Now look at Ricky Rudd as he is right up on the rear spoiler of the 99 car.
He's right there. Let's go down to Bill Weber.
Well, it's been a great day down here for the 28 team. They had one bad pit stop, but they made up for it on the next one. Raymond Fox is the car chief for Ricky Rudd. Michael McSwain is the crew chief. All day long, Fox on the left has been calling out the lap times to Rudd. But on lap 316, McSwain said to him, "I'll call it this time." He got on the radio, gave Rudd the lap time, and said, "It's time to let the dog out. Let's go." And that's when Rudd started charging onto Burton's bumper.
Well, he's about to turn that dog loose, it looks like, because he's right there in position. Just one little slip, and he'll be back in the lead.
Ooh, Rusty Wallace rubbing fenders with the 01 of Ted Musgrave, and Ricky Craven is right there. He's still on the lead lap, doing a nice job. And Darrell Waltrip is too. Right behind him is 45, Kyle Petty.
All of those cars on the lead lap, battling for position.
Oh, Ricky Craven almost gets in the rear bumper of the Miller Lite Ford. Rusty just can't keep his car down on the bottom of the racetrack.
All of this from the Pennzoil Copter Cam. You remember yesterday in Happy Hour, we did it live here at Martinsville, and Ricky Craven, who was the only driver to, as Tony Stewart goes to 4th, passing Dale Earnhardt. Craven was the only driver to successfully qualify in 2nd round, and therefore only participated in about 15 minutes of Happy Hour. He ended up as the fastest, and here he is, not looking too bad during the race as he's battling Rusty for 20th and taking it.
And remember, he got spun out back early in the race and stayed on the lead lap, doing a great job.
That Raymond Fox that Bill Weber was talking about a moment ago is a 3rd-generation mechanic. His grandfather, Ray Fox, had the garage down in Daytona Beach. Very famous car owner and builder, and then his father, Ray Fox, Raymond, was Ray Jr. Was an engine builder with the 2018 with Robert Yates.
Johnny Benson, as Ned has said many times in the last few minutes, is struggling, continuing to lose positions, and now Jerry Nadeau is trying to work himself into the top 10. He's got a little bit of damage there in the left rear, but Nadeau having a good run.
Folks, if you look at the left rear on Nadeau's car, it will resemble the right front on the 18 car. That's where they made contact.
Jimmy Spencer running alongside of Mike Skinner, and Spencer taking over the 6th spot.
Spencer, one of his better runs this year.
Best finish here at Martinsville came in this race in '93. Finished 3rd.
The leader running into traffic here is Kyle Petty, the last car on the lead lap. He's running in 24th place. Burton comes up on the outside, and looks like he'll be able to make that pass. There's Darrell Waltrip and Ted Musgrave. All of these cars we were talking about, they're battling for position. That is 22nd and 23rd. Battling for position, Darrell Waltrip and Ted Musgrave. Man, would they like to see a caution right now? They don't want to be it, but there's a reason for it. They'd love to see a caution so they can stay on the lead lap. But Jeff Burton looks up in his rearview mirror and sees that 28 coming up there and says, man, I need to get by these guys.
Kind of hard to do when they run along side by side.
Yeah.
And now they get in line, which allows him to get on the inside of Musgrave. Ricky Rudd said, well, I wonder if Musgrave had outrun through the corner. No, it didn't work, Ricky.
Jeff Burton under the direction of Frankie Stoddard and crew leading the NAPA AutoCare 500 here at Martinsville. Rudd a close 2nd.
Who? Okay. Yep. Thank you. The Rust is about to go a lap down.
He's done amazing.
Yep. DW hanging tough there.
Sure is.
You finally deciphered my hieroglyphics here, huh? Thank you.
No, I thought I knew what you meant the whole time.
Okay. Yes, he does.
Not yet.
Bobby Labonte from Corpus Christi, Texas, had problems on lap 284. Coming out of the pits, watch him rear end the number 25 car of Jerry Nadeau, suffering extensive damage on the right front of that car. When he got back in line and retook the green flag, he was in 26th position. He did make a couple of pit